There's one. Right. Can't see them. Galaxy. Don't know who the first one is. We'll figure it out. Galaxy, they win. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, I can hear you.
What's your name, sir?
My name is Brandon Smith.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Mr. Smith, in the screen there, you should see another individual. He's with the state's attorney's office. He's going to make you an offer to see if you want to resolve this driving on a suspended license ticket.
Okay.
Mr. Manning?
Judge, I do have an offer for Mr. Smith, but this is a Class A misdemeanor. So I'm happy to convey that offer to Mr. Smith,
Okay.
but I believe he'll have to appear in person in order to accept it.
Okay. All right.
So my offer for you, Mr. Smith, is a $402 fine, fee, and assessment and 1 year of court supervision. But unfortunately, I don't believe you'll be able to plead guilty to that via Zoom.
So we will need to reset you for another court date, and you'll actually need to show up in court. But when you come to court, the state's offer, just so you know, will be 1 year of court supervision and a $402 fine. Again, that is, you can take that offer, you don't have to take that offer. But either way, either to accept that offer or to set it for a pre-trial because you don't want to accept the offer, you're going to have to come back to court. Okay?
Okay, so either way, I still have to come back to court?
Right. Correct.
Okay.
But just so you know, that will be the state's offer if that is something you do want to accept. And that won't change for the time. So what date did you want to come back then? State.
I'm in Indiana, so I have to have at least a good time to where I can schedule to get out there.
Okay.
Judge, I believe you had a December pre-trial date.
Is December okay?
Yeah.
My 5, is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, okay. My 5C week would be the week of the 6th. So you want it on Monday or Wednesday?
Monday, please, Your Honor.
So it'd be December 6th at 9 o'clock, and that'll be in courtroom 5C.
9 o'clock. And that will be in what courtroom?
It's 5. I'm gonna take this off. 5C.
5C?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My question is, well, I guess I couldn't really talk about that right now, but the reason why my license is suspended is because of a ticket from insurance that was like over 15 years ago.
To deal with any of that as to why it was suspended, you'll need to actually deal with the Illinois Secretary of State to determine why it was suspended and see what you would need to do to get any of that cleared up.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right. All right. Well, we will see you then on December 6th.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Shin. Can you hear me, sir?
Judge, good morning. How are you?
Good. May
Nice
I
to
ask?
see you, sir.
May I ask your name?
Sure, Judge. My name, for the record, is Attorney Robert Schindler, Schindler.
All right.
on behalf of Sage Schindler, same last name, happens to be my son.
Okay, all right. State, did you have an offer to make?
I do. My offer for Mr. Sage Schindler is a $730 fine fee and assessment and court supervision on the improper passing of emergency vehicles.
So the state's offer, if you would want to accept that on behalf of Sage, is a $730 fine with court supervision.
Judge, if I could briefly be heard, I've had too much caffeine this morning, so I promise I will have the court off the Zoom before dinner time. But if I could just briefly be heard.
Go ahead.
And before I go on without a whole long-winded thing, I think I need to say something. I practice in Chicago, and people like to fill complaint boxes all day long. So when you got something nice to say, I think you should also do that. And I just, for the record, want to say that, and this has not, look, at the supervision is wonderful offer, but every single person I have dealt with in your area, from the clerk's office to the nice lady I just spoke to, Mary, to Miss Bott. I mean, the thing is, I'm trying to convince my wife that we'll sell our home and move out there because everyone has just been above and beyond kind. You know, the gray hair I have was caused by the people I've dealt with over the last 30 years. I'm thinking if I started my practice out there, maybe I would sleep better at night. But I just thought I would say that in all, I just think you should know that someone who doesn't necessarily have the privilege of practicing out there was treated with the utmost respect from top to bottom. So I appreciate that. And if I could just tell you just a little bit about my son, the supervision is more than fair. My son, there's no excuse, and I've told him this, and we've had some long talks together, but there's no excuse for what he did. I'm trying to explain it. He's a freshman at Illinois Wesleyan, or he was a freshman at Illinois Wesleyan. We gave him, whether it was a good idea or not, we gave him a car to take back to school second semester. He plays football there. He made the dean's list there. He gets that all from his mother. Obviously not the guy you're talking to right now. And he wanted to go visit his girlfriend who goes to Wash U. On Valentine's Day, we couldn't let him do it because it was bad weather. So we delayed it for 2 weeks to the 28th, which was a Sunday. He was coming back, and he's not used to driving on the highway. He just started driving when he took the car back. And so I would like to tell you that his dad is making him pay for that fine, but I can't fib to the court because I feel like I'm under oath. His daddy is paying for it. That being said, I talked to Ms. Botts, and she said that at least if I represent to you, whether you could do something about the fine or not, I would gladly jump for the supervision. It's just if we can do something on the fine. If not, I don't change anything I said to you over the last few moments.
I'll just let the state weigh in. State, what are you making?
I believe I'm offering the management judge. That's the fine is high because the legislature has added on an additional assessment essentially to that particular offense.
Yeah. I can tell you every one of these I've done has been $730. Frankly, this is the first one that the state has actually asked recommended supervision on. Usually they're actually convictions. So this is one of the first ones I've seen where they've actually recommended supervision. So, and I understand and I appreciate your advocacy for your son. Appreciate saying who it is that's actually going to end up paying for it. But right now, again, just because it is the statutory minimum, you are getting the benefit of the supervision. I am going to, if it is an offer that you want to accept on behalf of Sage, it will be the 730, but it will be with supervision.
100%. I appreciate you hearing me out, Judge. If I can just have some time to pay that.
Absolutely. And we'll give you whatever time you need. You tell me what you need to pay them.
Well, what I'm going to do is between you, Your Honor, and myself, he's going to think that he's paying for it, but I'm going to pay for it. So I want him to, he worked over the summer.
Sure.
So whatever you can give me without causing any undue inconvenience to the court, if I can get, if 6 months is too much, then we can do whatever you think is reasonable.
6 months is fine. 6 months is fine.
And can I get it? And then I can just obviously call the clerk's office and pay it then?
Yeah, you can actually, if you see scrolling at the bottom of my screen where it says pay traffic fine at, I think it's paytrafficfine.org. That's the site you can go to pay it online.
Perfect.
You see it there?
Yeah, I do actually. It's perfect.
Yeah.
And then should I do we need to give it a date or just kind of 6 months from today?
I'll just put it on there by March 1st, if that's all right. March 1st, 2022.
That's perfect. And one last thing before I say goodbye.
Uh-huh.
Any chance that there's a relation to a Judge Tharp in Chicago?
I wasn't aware there was one, so no.
There's a federal judge that I go before who is about the brightest man that I've ever been before, but also very fair. And in federal court, there's some scary stuff, but he's always very, very fair with me. So I thought I would ask, but it's
No,
so
it's
nice,
not.
Judge Tharp. And State, if you, it was nice to meet you. If you could please thank Ms. Botts, above and beyond kind to me.
We will pass that on. Thank you very much, though.
Nice to meet you. Have a nice day today, okay?
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Next, I got Seth Andrews.
Judge, that is again a class A misdemeanor.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you Seth Andrews?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, Mr. Andrews, your ticket here is for speeding 35 miles an hour or over. Unfortunately, because that is actually treated as a misdemeanor, we actually can't resolve your case today. You'll actually need to be in person for that. Now, the state can let you know what their offer will be for the next time, if the state wishes to make an offer, just so we know.
Certainly, Judge. The state's offer will be a $402 fine, fee, and assessment, and a conviction on the speed.
All right. So their offer is going to be a conviction on that ticket with a $402 fine. But again, in order to resolve that, it actually does require you to show up in court. It's not something we can actually do on Zoom. So what we can do is set you over for another court date and let you know that today, and then have you come in on that date. Okay?
All right, that sounds fantastic.
Okay.
The only reason why I couldn't show up for court today is because my fuel pump in my vehicle went out.
Okay. All right. So this at least gets you in front of the court to get a new date. So that's fine. Let's see. I forget, Samantha, what date did you? What are you looking at?
Judge, December 6th, I believe, is your pre-trial date.
Okay.
You can use that.
We can set it all the way out to December if you want.
As long as it's before December 6th, because I leave for boot camp on
Okay.
December 6th.
Let's set it before then. November 8th.
That's fine.
What? How about November 8th?
That sounds good to me.
All right. So that'll be November 8th at 9 o'clock. So November 8th at 9 o'clock in 5C.
All right. Can I let me write that down real quick.
Sure. I can repeat it. I can repeat it if you need me to.
I need a pencil. One moment, ma'am.
Sure, you're good.
November 8th, 9. What room was that again?
5C. Courtroom 5C.
C. So November 8th, 9 a.m. in room 5C.
Correct.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Take care.
You too.
Your Honor, do you have the order for Jenna Smith?
Yes. Yeah. All right. That was all I have. So.